Ben Purua, welcome to my podcast.
Yeah, thanks, Dom.
We were just, by the way, you bought me a gift. You bought me a crayfish, which is wonderful, and it's freshly caught.
Yeah, so we went out diving late last night, and we got out of the water maybe just after midnight. Got our limit of crays and got a few kina for another content creator that's up here in Tāmaki. He's going to be doing something with it's Ailona, the rugby from USA. So
right.
Yeah, he's
awesome. Who's the content creator?
Louis.
Hi, Louis Davis.
Yeah,
I've had him on the podcast as well.
Oh, yes.
Make him. He's always in the ocean.
Yeah.
Make him get his own crayfish.
Yeah, well, he was in Tāmaki, and then he put a post up. Any divers that can get some kina, or one kina, anyways. Yeah.
Amazing. And while you went to the car to get the crayfish, your wife Nikki told me that you're real nervous. She said she's never seen you this nervous. She said you were nervous yesterday about doing the podcast.
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know. I just think this is a big deal, bro.
She also told me you didn't even know who I was.
Yeah. I heard of you on radio and stuff like that, but yeah. I don't know, just seen some of the names that you've interviewed over the time, and yeah, I think that this is a pretty big deal, and I'm pretty honoured, to be honest.
I mean, well, I'm honoured to have you here as well. So first up, who is Ben Purua?
So I was born and bred in Pukekohe. Just born on the dark side and grew up over there. Currently a dairy farmer in the South Waikato, family man, so got my beautiful wife who's here with me today, and got 3 girls, my daughter Sam, who's 3 years old, and our 2 older girls who are currently up here in Auckland studying at university, so yeah.
Awesome. You seem happy and content.
Yeah, life is pretty good at the moment. It's pretty hectic, but I think if it wasn't, I'll probably be getting myself in trouble. Eh?
Did you, say 20 years ago, did you ever imagine life could be as good as what it is now?
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Never thought that I would be here, Dom, to be honest.
Let's go back. So how old are you now?
30.
Right.
Yeah, 30.
Didn't you win Young Farmer? You're not that young.
Yeah. So the cut-off date is 31 for young, right? So I'm still in the bracket at the moment.
just slipped in.
Yeah.
Okay, so 30 now. Okay, so paint a picture of those early years in Pukekohe.
Grew up in dysfunction, right? Surrounded and born into the gangs and stuff like that. But you know what? Whānau was awesome, bro. My mum, even though she had her struggles, she really done what she could in our upbringing, to try and provide for us. She was on her own, and she had all of myself and my siblings to try and put kai on the table. So she was a pretty hard worker.
How many siblings?
So 9 of us.
Yeah. Yeah,
in total. But all of us were sort of. I never knew my older brother until he was 14, 15. Yeah, is when I sort of met my older brother for the first time. He lived with our biological father, and I grew up with my mum, my older sister, and my younger siblings. And so my sister, she done a lot of mahi with us siblings anyway when mum was at work and stuff like that. So
Did you have a relationship with your dad, or much of a relationship?
Not at all. I didn't know my father growing up. He left before I was born. And I've actually got another brother, half brother, and we were both the same age. So, put 2 and 2 together, he jumped the fence.
Yeah.
So Yeah, no, never knew my dad until 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, sort of went on this journey of self-discovery, and that was sort of a missing link for me. And I heard all the stories sort of about my dad growing up. That he was a bad man and stuff like that, and he was horrible, etc. And that was the only picture I could paint of him, and I wanted to know him myself. So when I was old enough, and with the help of my wife actually, was able to find him in Whangarei Hospital, and I sort of documented it on YouTube, meeting him for the very first time, and he wasn't in a good way, Like he had heart conditions and stuff like that. He just finished having a stint put in and whatnot, and so unfortunately that was the last time I got to meet him. No, actually there was one more time after that at the hospital, and that was pretty much it after that. He ended up passing away not long after. So.
You mentioned before the gang environment and stuff. So was your mum connected to the gangs, or was she just seeing gang members, or?
So my whole whānau, so my whole family all in the gangs, and like my uncles and all my role models growing up were all in the gangs, and then had my stepdad who pretty much brought me up. He was in the Black Power as well, who my mum was with, and I've seen a whole lot of ugly stuff, but on the other hand, also seen I guess some love.
What sort of ugly stuff?
Like the drugs, the alcohol, the party life, the domestic violence and stuff like that, family violence, all that sort of ugliness. When that stuff wasn't around, it was actually pretty good. When the drugs and all that weren't in the picture, and alcohol for sure. Alcohol was probably the bigger one. So when those things were in the picture, things were actually, pretty good.
It's a rough start, eh?
It is.
You're on the back foot immediately.
Yeah, and when you grow up in that environment, you just think it's normal.
Well, it's all you know.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all I pretty much knew growing up, and I had some good memories in my upbringing as well, especially with my uncle. He's a gang member and stuff like that. For my 8th birthday, come and pick me up from school with some of my mates and took us out to KFC, so those are some of my sort of earlier memories of some of my role models,
It's funny that stands out because, being picked up from school and going to KFC, I suppose if you've had like a I don't know, like a privileged upbringing like me, that's just one of those things that you may not even remember, but for you it's a foundational memory.
Yeah, I remember it quite vividly, like it was yesterday. It
was a big deal.
Yeah. And, poverty is a massive thing, and that brings so much dysfunction with it, So, when I got that day, I felt like I was on top of the world, to be honest. I got to go to KFC, and my uncle took me to the $2 shop and stuff like that, and then got to grab me a few toys, and I think it got me a gun, little toy gun, and whatnot, and went back to school.
Were you a good kid?
Oh, far. I probably couldn't. Probably not, eh? Probably not, to be honest. I was a bit selective here,
I think a lot of kids like that. But did you know right from wrong?
I knew what I knew. That's all I knew. I didn't really know whether it was right or wrong. whatever that I was doing because I seen it. And yeah, I guess you become a product of the environment that you're in. So, whatever that you see, you end up becoming that. So,
When did you start going off the rails? Like, were you getting in trouble at primary school or anything?
I actually struggled at school.
Just with learning, or?
Yeah, I struggled with learning because I couldn't read or write. So yeah, school for me was real difficult, and I felt like I become the class clown, so that people didn't know that I had a reading disability or learning disability or anything like that. So I just played up and sort of played it off, So yeah, people didn't get smart or anything. Yeah.
Did you get in trouble at school?
Yeah.
Class clown is generally a pathway to trouble.
Yeah. I got suspended and expelled from school.
Yeah. What for?
Fighting. Yeah, for fighting. And so got expelled from Ngarawahia High School for fighting. And because from Puki, Mum moved us down to the Waikato to Ngarawahia, and I went to school there. It was cool. Made some really good friends there, but yeah, just struggled, Like, especially when you can't read or write, it's real hard. Like maths was probably my best subject, to be honest. I knew how to count, and yeah.
Can you read or write now?
I can now.
Yeah.
I probably learnt about 5 years ago.
Unreal,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Shit, how hard is it? I can't imagine like learning to do that stuff as like a grown-ass man in your 20s.
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough through the primary ITO stuff, which is a course to do with dairy farming and farming. And through that, I was able to get some support. So they were able to get me like a laptop and a tutor and stuff like that. They helped me learn to read and write, which was crazy. And I was going to course one day, and the teacher was like, "Oh, can you read this paragraph out?" I was like, "No, I can't." She was like, "What? It's just that little paragraph. Can you just read it out, please?" It's like, "Oh, I can't do it." It's like, yeah. And then
Is that humiliating? Or?
it was.
Yeah.
It was quite hard. And then from that moment, she was like, "Nah, we can get you help. Like, if you really want help, we'll get it for you." And so, yeah, my tutor and also my training advisor at that time, yeah, put in the work and got me the support that I needed to start my journey of learning to read and write. And yeah, now I can read.
Good for you. Have you read a book?
I haven't read a whole book. Yeah,
You can though. You can read a book.
I can.
Yeah. Awesome.
And
Shit, that's cool.
yeah, probably on the path of actually writing my own.
No way.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'll be the first to buy a copy.
So,
Yeah. So when you go to school, so all you know is the household that you're brought up in. But then you go to school, you meet other kids, you have friends, you go to their houses. Is that for you? Like, is that sort of a moment where you realise, oh, okay, my household's not normal. This is normal.
yeah, I've shared this before actually, and I was about maybe around 7, 8, somewhere there. And I got my first opportunity to go stay at a mate's house. And yeah, we went there, and it was a sleepover. And yeah, I got to see a whole new world, eh? So his dad was a police officer, his mum was a hard worker, and real loving family. And I was friends with him and his brother. We all went to school together. And yeah, I just got to see a whole different picture to what I seen in our household, which was a whole lot of love and I guess a present father, and I actually felt jealous of it. I felt envious about that, to the point where, I sort of started hating on my mate and, got up to some dumb shit and ended up, doing, I guess, wrong by them.
What did you do? What's the dumb shit?
So I ended up robbing their house because I felt jealous of that relationship that he had with his father because I didn't have it.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, so I always wanted a father. I always wanted a dad, and when I seen that, so the situation that I seen was, it was bedtime, and the dad come in the room, and he goes, "Oh, good night, boys. Love you, son." That moment hit me, bro. Hit me. I was like, what is this? I've never ever heard that before from a man. And yeah, it hit home, and I got real thing about it, and sort of got jealous, and that led to that situation.
Shit, I'm getting emotional hearing that. Mate, that's rough.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. No, that's really rough, and I can tell it's hard. I can tell you feel shame like telling the story. Like it's not an easy story for you to share now, is it?
No, and like I feel shit for doing that to them, but like in that moment, I was just feeling all this ugliness, and that was my reaction to it, you know. Then I ended up getting punished for that. So yeah.
Did you buy who?
So he ended up calling my mum and whatnot, and she was like, "Nah, cool, I'm getting him down there and he can come and clean your house and whatnot." And so I had to pay it all back and whatnot. But, you know, that was the situation that I put myself in. But, that was through that whole thing around jealousy and rejection. You know, rejection was huge.
Yeah. When was your introduction to like drugs and alcohol?
My first taste of marijuana was, I was 7, 8. Yeah, I was about 7 or 8.
Where was that? Did you steal it, or was it given to you? Or?
Nah, so there's this time where all my cousins in there, we all stayed in the same house. But there was so many of us all in this one whare. And one of my cousins gave me a spot.
How old was your cousin?
It would have been like 15, 16 or something like that.
That is so wrong,
eh? Yeah, and I would have been like 7 or 8, and they were having a sesh, and I was just there. Is this your one? I was like, yeah, whatever. Had one, I was smashed. I was smashed. I ended up eating a whole tub of peanut butter after that. Anyway, my mum come home that night, and she didn't know. But I was smashed.
Was that an enjoyable experience, or was it frightening? Like, I'm just thinking, like, I'm probably projecting here, but if I was 7 or 8 and I was intoxicated, I think it'd be quite a scary feeling for me.
It was out of it, yeah. But I think the scary thing for me was when my mum came home and I was stoned. So I was trying to pretend that I was asleep. But, yeah.
So there was some like love and discipline in your household from your mum, eh?
Yeah, she done the best she could, man, with the situation that she had.
I say people generally do the best they can with the resources and tools they've got at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And the thing is, like, you're a good dad, but you'll be doing things right now that'll fuck your kids up, and they'll be angry with you one day.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they'll have kids, and it's the same sort of thing. But you just do the best you can.
Yeah, and she was loving. She is loving, and. Yeah, she was a hard worker, eh? Real hard worker, always at mahi to try and put kai on the table. You know, I remember having to talk to my mum, and that's what she thought love was, just making sure that we had kai in our stomach and a roof over our head. And not actually realising that I love you was heaps as well.
Did she never sort of say that?
Not when I was growing up, I don't think. Maybe a few times, but now, yeah, she says it quite a lot. Yeah.
That's really sad.
It's but you know, starting to hear about her journey and how she grew up, like, yeah. I would love to actually hear a lot more about my mum's journey, to be honest, because, you know, we grow up and become adults and, you know, our parents, or my mum, for example, she just done everything to get us, you know, to here, and then we don't actually know what she went through, you know, so I would actually love to know more about my mum's story and, you know, yeah.
Well, it's not too late, eh?
Nah, it's never too late. Just the reasons why a lot of things were the way they were, you know.
Yeah. So weed at 7 or 8. What about alcohol, meth?
So yeah, I was a hard out. I loved weed, to the point where my nickname was Blazed.
At what age?
So I got that given to me maybe, I was still quite young, 10, 11.
Wow.
Yeah, I got that from my cousins and my brother, Blaze. And yeah, I wasn't really much of a drinker. I did start sort of drinking when I come back from Aussie. So I got the opportunity, well, Mum sent me over to Australia for a holiday with my uncle. And, you know, that was probably a really good time.
What age was that?
Shucks, I would have been 10, 11, yeah, somewhere around there. Sort of when I was just starting to go off the rails, you know. Mum sort of sent me over to Australia with my uncle for, it was only supposed to be for a holiday, and I ended up staying over there for a bit. And yeah, my uncle, he was really loving, you know, and my auntie. And yeah, they sort of just gave the best that they could. But yeah, I struggled over there without my mum and stuff like that. Like, yeah.
So you come back to New Zealand, and then is it that when you get introduced to alcohol?
I had a few drinks here and there, but yeah, it sort of started taking it on real hard when I got sent home. So I got into some trouble over in Australia at school. Got suspended, and my uncle said, one more hiccup and you're going home. That was the end of the story. And anyway, I had a bit of a hiccup at school, and it was over a stupid hat, you know. Didn't want to take my hat off in class because I couldn't read or write. You know, I was just playing up, right? Yeah. And that thing led to another, and my uncle was, well, you're getting on a plane and you're going home, and I did the runner. I ran away for a bit. I didn't want to come home. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed being with my uncle, and yeah, unfortunately I stuffed that up.
So, June 27, 2010. So there's a rugby game on, All Blacks Wales. Yeah. Talk us through that day.
It was just a typical day to start off with. Yeah. I guess around lunchtime, caught off the boys. We were having a few drinks. There was no sort of plan to go into town or anything like that at all. And anyway, we met up with a few other boys from our neighbourhood in Hamilton. And yeah, there was one lot going to a party that was in our hood, and the other boys were going to town. And yeah, I had two choices to make, whether to go to the hood or go to town, and I chose to go to town. And yeah, that situation went south real quick. You know, we weren't in town for long before we were in a fight with some Wales supporters. You know, for no reason really. You know, they just yelled out of their taxi, stuffed the All Blacks or something like that. And that was enough to sort of trigger it, you know. We were sort of already intoxicated. We had some drugs that night. So
What did you have?
meth and some weed and stuff like that. But yeah, just heaps of alcohol, eh? And yeah, that sort of led to that fight with the Wales supporters. And yeah, we needed an escape out of town before we sort of got caught. And there was a car there. There was idling, and we thought that cool, we'll take this car and we'll get out of here. And yeah, the owner sort of come out, and yeah, the situation went south.
Yeah, so the owner of the car, 74-year-old man called Donald Stewart. So you didn't know him from a bar aside? No. And there's you and how many of your mates?
There was 3 of us in total, yeah.
Yeah, so 3, so all the same age?
2 of us, one was 14, I was 15, and our other co-offender was 18. So even just thinking about that, a 14 and a 15-year-old in town drinking. It just sounds so wrong. Yeah.
So Donald Stewart comes out of is it a toilet, public toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he leaves his car outside, goes into the loo, comes out, then what happens?
My part I played was trying to steal the car. So I was trying to steal the car. And yeah, my co-offender, I guess, punched him, and yeah, that was sort of it. We just thought that he had knocked him out, and we took off in his car.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until maybe 3-4 days later that we realised that the guy had actually died.
How did you hear that or find out?
I seen it actually on the front page of the newspaper,
Right.
of the Waikato Times, that my mum was reading.
All right.
So she was.
What are you? So you take the car. At that point, are you guys laughing and joking like it's?
Well, the guy who King hit him, he was just so intoxicated. He was in the back. He went to sleep. He was gone. We were pretty drunk, but yeah, we got out of town. But
at that point, you're not worried or anything. You're just like,
no,
sick. We got a car. We got to ride home.
We got away from town.
Yeah.
So there was no sort of, we weren't running from nothing. There was no worries about anything else. Just we've got the stolen car, which for us was a daily thing,
So then you go home, carry on with life, and then your mum's reading the paper. What does that feel like at that moment? Are you like, oh fuck?
I didn't even tell her, bro.
Right.
I didn't even say anything. So my mum was sitting at the bus stop, and just down from our house. Yeah, she had the newspaper in her hand and she was reading away, and I just seen the front cover, and yeah, it was the car. It was the car, actually.
Oh, you couldn't even read the story if you wanted to at that point.
So it was just the car that was on the front. And I was like, what the hell? And yeah, yeah.
And then do you talk to your mates about it? Your mates that you're in town with? Are you like, fuck, we're in the shit here, boys?
Yeah. Caught up with this, bro. Have you heard? And no, what? And it was actually that day we all got pulled up.
But at that point, are you thinking, oh, I'm not going to be in too much trouble, or are you like, shit, we're all screwed here? Do you know what I mean? Because you didn't.
No, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, we're done for stealing a car. Like, we were young and didn't really think too much about things. And yeah, I just thought, we'll just get a slap on the hand for stealing another car. But no, it was a lot bigger than that. Got taken in and sort of went into the interrogation sort of setting, and it all just started. Like, we're taking bloody samples out of your fingernails and taking your hair follicles, and it was crazy. all your clothes have got to come off, they've got to go into a bag, and you've got to go into these clothes. So that we've got evidence and whatnot, and it's sort of just, it was probably the most daunting experience. To sort of think that you were just somebody walking on the street and now you're getting questioned for murder.
Yeah, when did you, when was the moment you realised the seriousness of it, or you learned like that you were going to be charged with manslaughter?
From the moment I was walking on their street and a police officer pulled up right next to me and said, "You're under arrest for the murder of Don." Yeah. That very moment. So, you know.
What did that feel like? Like your world was closing in?
Oh, I just felt like it was all over. You know, my whole life was, that's it. It's over. And, yeah, got taken straight to the police station in Waikato, and, the questioning started straight away as soon as we got there.
And then do you get bailed or anything, or you go straight to juvie?
Shucks, I think the whole questioning part took like a whole day, to be honest. They're trying to squeeze information out of us, and being that young, didn't really want to talk about stuff, and didn't want to, sort of throw anyone else under the table or anything like that. But yeah, I think from there I got handcuffed and taken straight to juvie.
What's that like?
Their process was pretty daunting too.
How so?
Just, going through the strip searching process and stuff like that, where you got to take off all your clothes, lift your nuts and all that sort of stuff, and squat down, cough. It's quite, shucks, how can you put it? It can be quite demoralising, I guess.
Yeah. And did you, at this particular moment in time, did you feel like a sense of injustice? Like, this is bullshit. Like, I didn't even,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, because I was like, well, I didn't kill nobody. I didn't do that, but I guess now I sort of see it different. I take full responsibility for the role that I played, because there is another family involved, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're a completely different person now. If you were still the same person, we probably wouldn't be sitting down having this conversation.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But yeah, that's part of the inspiring bit of your story, I guess. Just the transformation and the change.
Yeah.
We'll go through all that. Yeah, so you spent a year on remand in the Juvenile Detention Centre?
Yeah, I think it was just over a year that I was on remand. And then I went up, so I was charged with murder then. And yeah, sitting on remand waiting to go to court. And anyway, during that time I actually got an opportunity to seek bail. So I was able to get out on electronic bail, which I ended up getting it. So I was quite stoked with that, so I could go home for a little period there, and dumb choices again by myself. Cut it off. I cut the bracelet off and went on the run for a few months. Done another range of dumb stuff. And then got caught in straight back inside. And when I finally went up for my court hearing, and there was two options on the table. I could go to trial and try and beat the case, which is what I wanted to do. Or I could take the manslaughter charge, which was the lesser charge, and you get whatever was going to come with that. But had I lost the trial, I would be looking at life in prison.
Oh, sort of like a plea deal.
Yeah.
Right.
So I sort of weighed things up, and I was like, well, I didn't touch him, so I felt that I had some sort of case, but my heart was telling me I didn't want to put the family through anymore. I didn't want them to go through anymore. I didn't need to go through a trial because then their family has to deal with more, you know. So on the day, I was just like, nah, I'll take the deal, get this over and done with, and yeah.
Where did that come from? That's a good heart, or a good like a glimpse of a good moral compass. You know, there's a good guy in there, and that kid.
Oh, I definitely think that did come from my mum. She did instill some good qualities in us, and their loving part was I think that did come from my mum.
How was this whole period for your mum?
You know what? I don't actually know. To be honest, I could only imagine that it was hell. I could only imagine myself with my own kids. Imagine if one of my daughters was going off with this. How would I feel? You know, in that whole process as a parent. So yeah, I regret going out that night with those guys.
Oh, mate, I've got no doubt that you've replayed it in your mind a million times.
Yeah, for sure.
A million times about what you could have done, what you should have done.
Yeah.
You can't though, eh? You can't change the past.
No, I can't. And as much times as I want to think, Father, there was so much shit I could have done that night to stop this, or that I could have helped, or all those sort of things. But you know, this is the cards that were dealt. And yeah, the consequences we had to deal with them on our own.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't control what my co-offenders were doing. Couldn't control any of that stuff. What they did was what they did, and I was there. And I put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
I showed up that night.
So you get sentenced to 5.5 years for manslaughter, and then that's when you get moved from the Juvenile Detention Centre to
Waikeria Prison.
Waikeria Prison, yeah, and adults jail. So you're how old?
I was 15, 16.
Right. How old do you have to be to go to an adult jail?
Oh, once you've got those charges, you can go straight in there.
Okay.
As soon as you get sentenced.
But you're still essentially a kid. Are you in like segregation or open population or what?
They had a youth wing at Waikeria.
Oh, okay.
At that time. They don't anymore. But once you're sort of sentenced, you can go straight into mainstream prison or segregation. It's your choice. But I went to youth prison in Waikeria until I turned 18. The day I turned 18, I went up to main prison and spent a bit of time there before I went down to the camp. So, yeah.
What's that like going, is it terrifying? Going to jail?
For sure. Just going to jail was quite terrifying, you know. You're away from your family, you're away from the norm of what you know. And, yeah, you're pretty much stuck in this concrete jungle with all these, I don't know, other inmates that have done bad things, you know. And, yeah, it was quite, how can I put it, not intimidating because I seen a lot myself. So
you weren't scared or anything?
Nah, I wasn't scared. I think I just felt lonely, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. It must just feel like a huge sense of homesickness.
Yeah,
for sure. Homesickness is something you associate with kids, but I don't know. Like, you just can't have any access to your family, or
like you can't just walk down the road anymore. You can't go to the park. You can't go see your mates. Can't just go to the shop and grab your ice cream or whatever. You're stuck in this routine now for however long that you're in there. And so when I turned 18, I was given an option. You go to segregation or segs, or you go to mainstream. And it was there was no other option. It was just mainstream. And,
How's that? Is it a brutal place? Well, all me and probably most people listening to this or watching this think about jail as what you see on TV or movies.
I think if you want to, you can just have a cruisy lag. But there's trouble everywhere, eh? Everywhere in jail. People are hustling, people are up to whatever that they're doing. So, yeah, you're sort of exposed to that. And at the age of 15, 16, you're soaking it all in. You know, you're like a little sponge.
It's like a university for bad kids.
Just soaking all that information in, taking it all on board. And, you know, what's crazy is, like, you think you go to jail to be rehabilitated, so when you get out of jail, you become a better person. But in fact, it's not the case at all. You come out in a way worse condition than what you went in. You know, so you've only gone in for stealing a lollipop, you're soon going to learn how to cook meth and everything else while you're in there. And you're going to make so much networks and connections, you know, with the people that you want to.
How was your mental health during your incarceration? Did you ever consider taking your own life? Like I'm thinking, 15 years old, you know, you get sentenced to a stint of 5 years. That seems like such a long period of time. Yeah,
my mental health was gone. I was in a pretty bad space. I tried committing suicide maybe a handful of times while I was inside. And one of them was the night that I got sentenced. So the night I got sentenced to 5.5 years. I went back to my cell and I was going to top myself that night. And yeah, I just thought the world was going to be a better place without me, you know. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
And on a few other occasions, I really considered it and tried to do it on a few other occasions and never succeeded.
What's prison life like? Did you see some things that you just never better unsee?
Yeah,
in terms
for
of
sure.
Violence and stuff.
Yeah. There's a few situations that I've seen. I probably won't share them.
Okay.
They were pretty brutal. And yeah, but the routine of jail life every day is the same.
What is it? What's a day?
So you'll get up in the morning.
What time?
Depends what unit you're in. Some units get up and say 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. They'll get unlocked, and then some of them be unlocked until, well, nowadays some of them are out until 7, 8 o'clock at night. You know, but back then it was 8 o'clock unlock, and you're locked up from 11 o'clock in the morning through to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're out for another couple of hours. And doors were locked at 4 o'clock. And then in the time that you're out of your cell, you had to do courses and all that sort of stuff while you're in there. And then you're locked up for lunch. And then back out for a couple of hours, rec time, gym, all that sort of stuff. And then lock back up for the rest of the day until the next morning. And that was pretty much our routine for a while, until the prisons sort of opened up the doors and pretty much done free range for all of us from 8 to 8.
Was there anything about it that you liked? I had the UFC fighter Mark Hunt.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the Super Samoan on the podcast, and he when he was younger, he did some time. I think he was in Waikeria as well.
Oh, yes.
For violence, and he loved the structure and the discipline aspect of it. He sort of thrived in there. Wouldn't want to go back, he said.
Yeah, yeah.
But
neither. What did I like about that? I think what I did actually quite like about it was the ingenuity and also the some of the people that are in there are so talented, it's crazy. Like they could be multi-millionaires had they put their skills in the right place. Like some of the guys in there with their, like just for example, selling drugs, it's a big deal. Like it's not just like anything like, you've got a whole business sort of to uphold, and you've got to distribute all this product. And if you think about it, the same skills that are used for that, it's the same skills that we use for selling clothes and stuff like that. So, had they just transferred that skill to something positive, they would probably be walking millionaires,
Yeah, and the funny thing is, as a legit entrepreneur, you can make way more money than what you can make illegally.
Yeah, for sure. And you can go buy a car without any sort of question. So
yeah. Did you have your own cell, or were you like sharing with someone else?
I was sharing for a bit there, and
is it preferable? Is it like I love my personal space, and I couldn't imagine someone having a dump in front of me or vice versa. Do people like being in a cell with another person because it gets lonely on your own, or what's
in some places you just got no choice.
Yeah.
So like Spring Hill, for example, which is where my last lag was in Spring Hill, and those were all double cells, So you're celled up with somebody else. But I prefer to have my own cell, my own personal space. But hey, sometimes it was actually good having a cellmate, someone who you could play cards with and sort of bounce, stories off and stuff like that. And
it's a very small space to have two grown men, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Actually, Auckland wasn't too bad, to be honest. It was a lot bigger than Waikeria.
Yeah. Well, what's the biggest sort of misconception about prison? Like you hear people talking on like Talkback or whatever, saying it's like a 5-star hotel, underfloor heating and all that sort of rhetoric.
Oh, it was nothing like that in Waikeria, I could say that much. They had this heated bar, and that was it. That's all they heated up your cell. And that did nothing during winter. Right. And you don't get extra blankets or anything like that because of the risk of suicide and things like that.
Right.
So you didn't get extra blankets or extra sheets or anything like that. You just had to deal with the cold by putting on maybe an extra set of pants or something like that. So
yeah, Waikeria, that's sort of in between Hamilton and the Central North Island. So
it's sort of over
desert
by
road sort of area.
It's over by Te Awamutu.
Yeah. Fuck, it'd be cold there in winter.
It's freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about correction staff? Like at the time we're recording this, there's a big ad campaign that's on TV and on YouTube all the time, and they talk about they want to make a difference. In your experience, are most of the staff in the New Zealand correction system good, or are there some assholes?
Oh, there's assholes everywhere, eh? It doesn't matter whether you're in corrections or not. There's assholes just walking on the street. But most of the screws or the corrections officers that I dealt with, they were pretty good. They had good hearts. Hey, they want the best for the guys. Hey, they want to see them get out, and they don't want to see them come back. Is a lot of their mahi, and I think they get a lot of slack, for the work that they do. But hey, they're just trying to put kai on the table for their whānau just like everyone else. But I've dealt with a few corrections officers since I've been out, and my wife and I were going in to Waikeria prison, where I started my farming journey, and we were sort of just sharing our journey of where we are sort of now, with some of the guys that are on the farming program in there. And those corrections officers really want the best.
Yeah, so this is where the farming journey started. Yeah, explain that. Like a lot of people be listening to this going, what do you mean farming journey in jail?
Yeah, so in Waikeria, there was 3 dairy farms operating at that time, and I was in a unit that ran the fencing of the dairy platform. So I got an opportunity to go out on the farms and fix some of the fences for the cows and stuff like that. And
So it's a farm inside the prison perimeter fence, or were you sort of low security at this point?
yeah, so you've got to be low
Okay.
security in order to get out. So it took a very long time, maybe.
No shit, after you cut off the home
Yeah.
detention anklet.
Yeah, so my rock roy was pretty high, and in order to get it down, I needed to do courses and sort of keep my nose clean.
What sort of courses? Were they any good?
You know what? I think they would be good if you want that help. You know, if you actually want it. There are some good resources in some of those courses, but hey, I was just doing it so I could tick some boxes to get my ass out. Hey, that's all I wanted to do those courses for. So I done heaps of courses while I was in there, and when I got out,
What like anti-violence and...
drug and alcohol,
Okay.
violence, Māori focus program. There was the MERPs, the STERPs, and all that sort of stuff. So those are all sort of optional. Some of them you have to do.
So you start farming because you think, oh, this will be a good way to pass the time, get some fresh air.
Yeah, so I took the opportunity because I was sick of staying in my cell. So yeah, went out on the farm and started to learn a few skills, and I actually fell in love with the freedom. Just the freedom of being out on the land. Like I remember this one moment, so a guy would come in. He wasn't an officer, he was just like a manager, sort of like a contractor into corrections, who would take us out and show us fencing. Anyway, he come and picked us up in the morning, and we'll get ready and shoot out, go pick up our gear and go do some fencing. And I remember this one day I just took off my gumboots and that, and I just stood on the grass, and just that feeling of just freedom. It just felt so good. And yeah, I fell in love with the whenua in that moment.
So when you're farming during your sentence, what does a day look like? You get up early for milking or anything? Like, are you out there before sunrise or no?
So there is actually a milking crew that'll do that. Yeah, they'll be up there, say 4 o'clock in the morning, go milk the cows. But with our crew, we would sort of just pop into the dairy shed every now and again and go milk a cow if we wanted to and stuff like that. So that was the first place I actually put a set of cups on a cow was at Waikeria. And even though I was in the fencing crew, we always went to the dairy platforms just to see if there was sort of any priority jobs that they needed done for where their cows were going and stuff like that. So we were really exposed to quite a few opportunities in there, tractor driving, and we had free range once we were out on those farms. Like, you'll get given a quad, you have to go right to the other side of the prison to do some stuff over there, and so it wasn't like we had an officer with us 24/7 while we were there.
It's a massive amount of trust, but as you said before, it's like earned trust.
Yeah, that's right. And like, it takes a lot of work to get out on those programs. Some people just think that you just get given them, but no, it took me three years in order to actually get out.
And was it somewhere during this farm stint while you're incarcerated that you think, this is going to be the future for me? Like, did you do some serious inner work? And so you were determined to change, or not at this point?
Nah. I didn't know what change was really. Hey, I I just wanted to get out of jail.
And just make the time go faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see farming as anything then. But I knew I was learning some really good skills. And, learned how to operate tractors and whatnot while I was in there. Again, we had courses in there, and I struggled. It was...
Because you still couldn't read or anything.
So all the practical stuff I aced, but all the theory stuff was just like, yeah.
Yeah. Why? Could you have got an education in there?
For sure. Yeah.
Why didn't you use that time to read and write? You had nothing else to do.
I don't know. I just to be honest, I think I was maybe too cool for it. I thought I was too
just
cool.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I get it.
I didn't want to tell anyone that I couldn't read or write, and I just didn't want to bear that shame, I guess.
Yeah, it's understandable. So then, 2014, you get released after 4 years. So you're how old at the time?
I was 20.
20. Shit, you're still really young, eh? Man. And what do you get? You get $300 when you leave?
Yeah, it was $350.
Really? What do they base that on?
I don't know.
Is that money that you earned on the farm, or
I don't know, but
does everyone get it when they leave jail?
It's definitely not from the work that you do in there.
Okay.
It's just the steps to freedom that you receive once you get released from jail. And if you're a prisoner, if you smoke drugs, drink alcohol, all that sort of stuff, you already know where that $350 is going. It's definitely not going on food, and it's not going on a ride either. It's probably going on either an ounce or a bag or alcohol. It's going on a good time. It's just a $350 ticket back to jail. Is how I see it.
So what's that day like when you get released after being incarcerated for 4 years? Who's there to pick you up?
The day I got out and released, my wife picked me up.
Nikki, who's in the control room now.
Yeah.
So when did you start seeing her?
Long story short, so I knew Nikki for a few years before we started actually seeing each other, and just become really good friends. She was really supportive, and sort of developed from that. And so when I did get out, the feelings just become even more.
Have you had this discussion with her? Like, what did she see in you? Or if she's picking you up from jail, like she knows everything about you. Was she just going through a bad boy phase?
I don't know. What did you see at me?
Did she see?
I don't know.
Did she see potential? Like, did she like the Ben that's sitting in front of me now? Did she?
I believe so, Dom.
She believed in you even before you believed in yourself.
That's right. She's seen something that I did not, and it's. Well, I've got to owe it to her. She deserves all the praise and all the credit of where we are today. Right? So a lot of the mahi and behind the scenes is my wife. She's really done a lot to get us, or get me, in the space that I am now. So yeah,
that's awesome. So she picks you up. What do you do? You go to McDonald's, KFC? Like what do you in that 4 years? Like what do you fantasize about what you're going to do when you get out?
Fantasized? No.
I love Coke Zero, so I'd be just craving that.
Shucks, she picked me up, and I had a time limit to be at the address that I needed to be at, which was pretty much the time from the prison to the address. So we couldn't stop at all.
Okay.
And funny story. So we left Waikeria, drove home, and we were turning into our driveway, and what was sitting in my driveway was a police officer, a police car. And I was like, we were like 2 minutes late, bro. 2 minutes late on arriving. So we got caught up in a bit of traffic. So, 2 minutes late, and the cop was there. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going back to jail. Oh, no, I'm going back to jail already. I just got out like 1 hour ago. Anyway, the cop wasn't even there for me. He just pulled over.
So there's an address that you get bailed to. It has to be an approved address.
Yeah. So that
and then strict bail conditions, like no drugs, no alcohol.
Yeah, no drugs, no alcohol, curfew, no association with co-offenders, and couldn't see the victim's family, all that sort of stuff, which is it's the basics, sort of when you get released on parole. And yeah, so I got home in time, didn't get to stop for Macca's or anything like that, but I think our first feed that night was KFC, which, I loved it, because if you've been locked up for so many years, over that time, chicken is the best feed when you're in jail. So every Friday night, chicken.
In jail?
Yeah.
Really?
So chicken, some roast veggies, some peas and some gravy. There was every Thursday night, sorry. Friday night was a jandal.
A jandal?
Yeah, a fish jandal.
What's that?
So it's one of those hokey fish.
Oh, yeah. Like a fish fillet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just steamed, and like you can whack people with it, bro. Like those are just jandals, eh?
That's funny. Yeah. And then you slip up and you go back to jail. You get recalled.
Yes, I did get recalled. So yeah.
What was that for?
Violence. Violence. Oh, mate, as much as I wanted to change when I got out, it just wasn't it. I got out and probably become worse. And
who are you violent against?
Against my wife. Yeah. So seeing domestic violence growing up, not saying that it was normal, but yeah, that's sort of what I was exposed to. And I remember telling myself I never ever want to be like that, and I become that, and probably even worse, to be honest. So yeah, everyone that was sort of close to me, I hurt. Yeah.
Why is she still here?
That's a good question. But yeah, like before, I think she just sees the potential and sees the greater in me that no one else can see. And I didn't, even with the awards and stuff like that, I didn't see myself there. I didn't even see myself in that atmosphere, let alone winning it. Yeah. And yeah, she really drove me to step out and give it a crack.
So you go back to jail. You must be feeling like shit at this point, eh? Like you've let yourself down, you've let Nikki down, you've fucked up.
That was probably rock bottom, was their last stint.
Yeah.
So I went back to jail, and I finally got a hold of my wife, and the phone call went like this: me and the kids are going to Australia. So before you get out, we'll be gone. That was the conversation.
Right. Because you would be unable to travel.
No.
So you couldn't.
I couldn't go to Australia. And I've applied just recently, and I'm still getting denied, because of my charges. But yeah, her and the kids were going to go to Aussie, and that was probably where I hit rock bottom. Not even being in jail was rock bottom for me. Was hearing that from my wife, was she was taking my kids away. And
there's nothing you can do about it.
And there was nothing I could do about it. But thankfully my wife was staying, and to my 2 older girls who cried, you know, they really wanted us to work things out and wanted to, you know, sort of wanted mum to stay with me. So, yeah.
So is that sort of how she? Yeah, was it the kids that sort of convinced her to stay?
Yeah.
And did you make a big grovelling promise that you're going to change this time? And
Yeah.
yeah. And did you mean it? Did you think you were able to?
I did mean it. I didn't know how I was going to do it, and I didn't know where I was going to get the support to do it. Because I don't know if it's pride or what, but I didn't know how to ask for help. I couldn't ask anybody for help. You know? So, yeah. And I remember saying to my wife, like, this time for real, like, I want to marry you. Long story, like, the day I got out of jail, we went straight to the courthouse and got married. Pretty romantic.
A nice visit to court.
Yeah, so went to the courthouse and, yeah, we went through that process. And, you know, I would have loved to have believed that would have been the end of all the shit. But it's not true, eh?
In what way?
Like the drugs, the alcohol, all of that sort of stuff was still easily accessible. You know? Especially out here, you can just walk down the road and you can find somebody with drugs, and there's a liquor store on every single corner.
And I suppose it's hard when that's your ecosystem. Like that's all your friends and your whānau and everything you know. So how do you escape it?
Far.
Do you just have to cut tie with all your?
Yeah, as hard as it is, you have to separate yourself until you're, I guess, strong enough to say no. Hey, like, especially with meth and stuff like that. When all my bros, I could get it anytime, you know? And so I had to cut those ties in order to get off the shit. And, yeah.
So for your story, we're at the point now where your sentence is done. You've done the crime. You've done the crime. You did the time.
Yeah.
And then now you're allowed to get on with your life. But I suppose for the victim's family, Donald Stewart, like it's a life sentence in a way. They have to live with it forever. How do you reflect on that?
You know, I think about their family all the time.
Do you?
You know, prior to even getting into the exposure side of things, like entering the awards, and before I even done all that stuff, I really wanted to, I guess, seek forgiveness, and you know, just some sort of, it's okay, you know, for you to move on with your life, so to speak. So yeah, I think it was 2020, I had the opportunity of actually meeting Don's brother and his wife and his family, and you know, the 3 words that really I guess set me free was, "We forgive you," you know. And even though I heard that at sentencing as well, that really just, I guess, gave me a sense of freedom again. Did
they say that at the sentencing?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the sentencing,
because like my mum's the same age now as what Donald was, and Dad's a little bit older. So I'm projecting here. I'm putting myself in their position. If it was me, I think I'd be able to forgive you now, seeing the man you've become and that you've done the work and you've changed. But if I was in court facing like a shitty little 15-year-old that had done it and wasn't actually sorry or hadn't done any change at that point, I'd find it very difficult to forgive you at that point. Yeah.
You know, I actually did not understand forgiveness then. I didn't understand it. So when I think it was the daughter had read that, I didn't quite get it until later on in my journey, where I sort of started to learn about forgiveness and stuff like that. And that was the first encounter of forgiveness that I ever had, was that day in sentencing. And and then again when I met the brother, that they do forgive me and stuff like that for the part that I played. And you know what, that really gave me the wings to fly, I guess, and sort of take off and start my life with my family, because my whānau are my why of why I do everything.
Yeah, and it wasn't plain sailing after that, eh? Like you and your wife Nikki, you were living in a car for a while, you were homeless?
Yeah, so I put my family in a situation, I was working then, but I was still hooked on drugs at this point, and meth was that drug, and I sold everything for it. I sort of went down this path of just, I wanted it, and I was going to do anything to get it. So I just started selling everything, got rid of everything, and just to fulfill my habit. But I think also to numb some of that pain, the childhood trauma, that stuff that happened with the situation with Don and that, and put my whānau in a situation where they become homeless. And we're sort of couch surfing from whānau and friends and stuff like that, and Nikki and the kids sort of camped up in the car while I was still out the gate, chasing meth.
Nikki must have been under so much pressure from her family, eh? Like, what are you doing with this guy?
For sure.
Like, I can't imagine, like, I don't know what the word is, if it's determination or whatever, to stay with you. Like, there must have been so much whānau pull to get her away from you.
Oh, for sure. Like, I don't even know why or how she even stayed with me. So, and her whānau, like, they're loving. They're a real loving family. My mum and dad, they're so awesome. They probably didn't like me then at all.
Well, it sounds like you didn't like yourself then.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was a pretty ugly person then. To everyone.
Yeah.
Not just to Nikki. I was just ugly to everybody.
Yeah, there's a saying I really like, hurt people hurt people.
That's right.
Yeah. You were hurt. Yeah.
And you know what? There's a flip side to that, eh? When you find healing and heal people. Yeah. And I guess that's sort of the journey that I'm on at the moment, is using my experience and my journey that I've been through to sort of help others that are going through it, and also to hopefully be some sort of intervention for some of our young ones, so that they don't have to walk down the same path. They don't need to experience jail. That's an ugly place. You don't need to go down there. Go get an education. Go learn how to read and write. Go put your head in some books so you can become something.
Thankfully, we're through the ugly part of the story. Yeah. Is it hard to talk about? It's part of your story, eh? But it's still not a nice part of the story.
No, and I guess like when you're sharing your shame, it is quite hard, eh? But I also see the power in it. Like I was just sharing then, like for others to be able to take it up and maybe get something from it, is sort of where I see the power in sharing.
Yeah.
Because if I could help somebody and change the course of whatever path that they're on, Hey, I feel like I'm doing something, not just for me and myself, but also for Don and his family. You know, like yeah.
So how do you go from living in the car to getting that first job on a farm? Who is it that gave you the opportunity?
So shucks, from there, because I had a few jobs leading up to that situation, but my first job when I first got out of jail was actually on a bull farm in Morrinsville, doing 3,500 bulls, which was hard work, you know. But I lived off that adrenaline, so working with bulls was bloody cool. Hey. And yeah, so that was the first opportunity that I got when I first got out of jail. It was the week of getting out of jail that I got that one. And then from there I moved over to the dairy industry, and I had a heap of shit jobs, eh? Like, with a criminal record, you have to take whatever. You don't have an option.
Yeah, the opportunities are extremely limited, aren't they?
That's right. Hey, so in every single interview that you'll walk into, first question is, have you got a criminal record? Straight off the bat. Okay, so yes, I do. Oh, cool. Is it just stealing? Nah, it's manslaughter. Oh, that's pretty much the interview over. You know, so that was probably 99% of the time. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, finally got a break from a really awesome farmer in the Morrinsville area, Graham and Julie Lucas, amazing couple. And you know what, they actually gave me the opportunity to operate their farm, but also during that time was when I went back in on my recall. Was on their farm. And, you know, any other farmer or an employer, that'll be it. Your job's gone. You know, you're not here to fulfill it, so they'll need to fill that spot. Well, they didn't. They kept my job open. They allowed Nikki to operate the farm while I was absent or in jail, and they helped her out. And they came along to my parole hearing. Yeah, so that was a really powerful, I guess, moment also in my journey was them. And, you know, they're really awesome today. They still flick me a message every now and again. Stay in contact. Seen them last year at field days and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm so grateful to have people like them. There's another couple as well, Shane and Cheryl. Another beautiful couple, who gave me an opportunity knowing my background. They just didn't care. They were like, cool, that doesn't really worry us. And he taught me a lot about farming, about life. He's sort of like a koro or a father figure, you know, one that, yeah, sort of showed me a lot. In the short amount of time that I was with him, he taught me heaps. And
these two farm owner couples that you've just mentioned, have you had a conversation with them? Like, why didn't they just wash their hands with you?
I haven't actually had that conversation with them. But you know what, Shane, he's always, like, even just recently, he dropped off these homemade boats. So he made these little yachts for my daughter. And, you know, we've just had this relationship since starting with him, and it's just been amazing, you know. Like, I can call on them whenever, or I feel like I can call on them for whatever, you know. You know, when we moved from his farm to another farm, like, he got all the support that we needed to move and everything like that. So, yeah, he's just, I don't know, you find those ones, but it's quite rare. You know, it's just like finding bloody diamonds, you know. It is quite rare. And when I did find them, they were, yeah, they've become family, you know.
Yeah, there's some really good people out there, eh? But it's you can also understand, not saying that people that wouldn't give you a second chance or a third chance are bad people, but they don't owe you anything.
No, they don't. And they didn't need to do what they did at all. You know, especially when I went to jail. There would be
an opportunity to say, okay, we gave you a chance. Clearly you haven't changed.
Yeah.
We don't want to know about you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And obviously they also seen potential in me that I didn't see, you know.
When did you start to see the potential in yourself?
Maybe after maybe 7 years ago, yeah.
7 years ago. Was there a moment or anything, or was it like a gradual thing?
So, I was going through a whole lot of rubbish, and you know, I was actually looking at going back to jail, and had this police officer. He was he was at home quite a lot, you know, checking up on Nikki and whatnot, you know, just to see if things were all going okay, but it wasn't. And you know, he was like, bro, like, if you carry this shit on, you're gonna go to jail and they're gonna throw away the key and that's it. And you know, and that's coming from who I thought was the enemy my whole life. I seen police officers as enemy forever because of what I seen in our own home, seen in our neighbourhood and stuff like that with whānau. You know, so to actually hear that from a police officer was like, well, yeah. So
felt like he was sort of on your side in a way.
It did.
Yeah.
And there was no strings attached to it. You know, I sort of genuinely, like, yeah, I felt something different from him. Yeah.
So you made the change?
Yeah.
Was it a gradual thing with a couple of speed bumps along the way?
Yeah, so I did this program that really gave me some real good resources and tools, to be honest, that helped me not just in my relationship but in my own journey of, I guess, not just self-discovery but, you know, dealing with childhood traumas and stuff like that, and, you know, just really getting to understand what was going on and why it was happening and stuff like that. And, you know, that really helped me out. And, you know, I was able to apply a lot of those tools into my life, and, yeah.
How long have you been, do you still drink at all or no?
Nah.
No, just doesn't agree with you? Yeah. What about...
jail put me in there, drinking put me in jail, you know, so I don't typically like alcohol. Like I wasn't a heavy drinker anyway. I was more of a drugs. Drugs was my thing. So yeah, alcohol wasn't really a...
So when was the last time you drank or smoked meth?
Oh, last night? Nah. Nah.
No.
On the way here?
Just for clarification, so yesterday, we're recording this on a Saturday. On the Friday, you had a day on the farm and then you were out diving for crayfish at like midnight.
Yeah. No, that's my drug now, eh?
Yeah, that's your outlet, your vice. Yeah.
That's the thing that fills my cup.
Yeah.
It's my family, and also I love diving, but my passion is in working the whenua, working with animals, but also teaching you know, people about the agriculture sector. I quite enjoy that, and showing the life of a New Zealand farmer and somebody who has come out of that, I guess, system or their lifestyle, and can make something of themselves. You know, just, I guess, a glimmer of hope for those ones that are sitting in jail. You know, that it doesn't have to be it.
Yeah, because your life looks pretty good now.
It does.
What about the domestic violence? When was the last time you and Nikki are you sweet now?
Oh, it's more her now. I'm the one getting the hiding these days, mate. Hey, nah. Yeah, just the ear bash. Nah, but domestic violence, bro, none. Hey, it's
it's because you've got this this inner peace about you now.
Yeah, I'm content with life now. I've got my 3-year-old daughter who's just watching every single step. That I'm taking. She's looking at everything that we do together, and yeah, she's just soaking it in. And I don't want her to see that. I don't want her to grow up with domestic violence and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's all, for kids, it's all won and lost in the first 1,000 days. It's not like 80% of the brain development, everything they know about, like, healthy relationships and everything, it's all done in those first few years.
I'm not saying that I'm perfect or I'm the best, but I want to give my daughter everything that I didn't get and more. You know, I just want to show her a life that, just gives her so much, I guess, freedom and opportunity, where she can just, I guess, dream big. I want the best for my daughters.
How would you feel if you heard that when she's 7, an older cousin gives her weed?
Oh, yeah.
It's so young, eh?
Yeah.
So young when you started, bro.
I know.
It's crazy. It's
like
baffling.
even when I think of my older daughters, shucks, I'll just put this back up. Like, you know, and going to jail at 14, 15. Like, when my girls were 14 and 15, like, they were at school, you know, really, they were doing really awesome at Heights and Rotorua and stuff like that. Like, they were involved in so much sports. So far out, like, is this what 15-year-olds do? You know? Yeah,
normal, healthy 15-year-olds, yeah. Now, how does your past still impact your life today? Like in terms of, I guess, like judgment and...
Oh, people are always going to judge, eh?
Yeah,
you know, that's just the unfortunate part of life. But, you know, it doesn't really impact me so much nowadays. But, you know, I'll always have in the back of my mind the family. They'll always be there. I've always...
Don's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in everything that I do, I'm always quite cautious of how I sort of portray things, because I don't want to hurt their family any more than what they're already doing a life sentence, like you said, and they don't need to have any more, you know.
Yeah.
So I always try and think about my actions and how that may affect them, and myself and my family. So.
Yeah. So 2024, you win the award Young Māori Farmer of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was everyone okay with that, or were there some people that were like, "Oh, this guy shouldn't win because of his past"? Or
definitely, there's so many people who don't think that I deserve to be where I am today. You know, some people definitely think that I should be still in jail cell rotting. You know, with the key thrown away, never to be found. But I want to change, and I got it. I want it to be better. I wanted to change the cycle for my family. And, you know, the judgment's always going to be there. But I think for me, as long as I believe in myself and I've got the right support around me, I don't think that I could fall over. I've got my wife, I've got my kids who are 100% behind me, got my family, my friends, my boys who I go diving with. You know, everyone's sort of keeping me on track. And, you know, I've got to give it up to my team. And, you know, my wife is probably the leading part of all of it, you know. So,
Is New Zealand a hard country to get redemption in?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like we've got so much things that go on here in Aotearoa. Tall poppy syndrome here in Aotearoa is rubbish. Like, it's probably the...
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it is. It's real ugly.
Yeah. And, like...
A lot of it's centred around jealousy, I think.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
know exactly. It's a strange phenomenon, tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, especially here in Aotearoa. I don't know what it is, but, people just don't want to see people succeeding.
Yeah.
And, they don't want to see people change.
Yeah.
So, and then when you do change, it's like, no, we want you to go back to how you were because we were benefiting off that person,
Yeah, it's kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Eh?
Yeah.
It's like you're like a dream outcome. This is what you can't lock people up forever.
No.
So the dream result is that someone goes through, does the crime, does the time, and then completely changes their life. Like I've had another guy on the podcast, Dr. Paul Wood, who's he murdered his drug dealer when he was 18 and did 10 years. Got a couple of degrees when he's inside, and he's changed his life around. And there's still It's a good lesson in a way, I guess, in that your past does stick with you.
Yes. And, I'm not going to let it define who I am, but it is now part of my story. And, with that, I want to share it so, I can help others.
What other awards have you won?
Yeah, so I won the Ahu Whenua Young Māori Farmer 2024, and then the following week... Before winning Ahu Whenua, I won Dairy Manager of the Year for the Central Plateau. And then went to Nationals down in Queenstown where I won the People and Leadership Award at the Nationals. And then the following week after Nationals, won Young Māori Farmer of the Year, which was an epic night. Like, yeah, that was amazing. But the lead up to it, like going back 3 years, I lost. I didn't win the Ahu Whenua, and they had like a pretty big effect on me mentally. And
did it? Why?
I don't know. I think because I put so much mahi in, like. I didn't think that I won it, but I thought that I had put in enough work then, but obviously, I needed some more growing, I needed some more developing. So I went back to the drawing board, and I showed up again. So it's every 3 year rollover for Ahu Whenua. So I lost that year. So for the next 3 years, I really wanted to do all that I could to prepare to come back again. And I was willing to turn up as many times as I could. Not just for myself, but for my whānau and stuff like that. But and just to show that, hey, you can fall over, but it's up to you what happens from there. And it was the same with the industry awards. So I've done it for 4 years in a row. And for 3 of those years, I 1 year I didn't even place at all. I was always in the top 5 for each year that I did do the awards, and it took 4 years before I actually took it out. I'm pretty, when I sort of fix myself on something, I want to go for it.
Yeah, like a dog with a bone.
Yeah, there was sort of tunnel vision for last year for the Manager of the Year. It's like, I've put in all this mahi over the last few years, and this year I want to give it a bit more to see where I get.
Oh, good for you. And what about the social media stuff? Where did that start? You've got, I checked you out, FarmUpNZ.
Yeah.
Your top TikTok's got 22 million views.
Is it?
22 million views, which is massive. It's unfathomable amount of people.
Yeah.
Is that the one where a cow's shitting on you? Or no?
It might be, It might be the one where the cow's shitting on me, or it could be the one where I'm eating crayfish and stuff like that. again, it's just sharing the life of a New Zealand farmer, a New Zealander, hey, living the life. And I see rural as a really awesome lifestyle to bring your kids up. And I really want to sort of, I guess, show it a bit more to attract a lot more people into it. Because,
with social media, and there's an upside, but there's also a downside as well. Like, do you have to block a lot of people? People come at you in the comments?
Yeah, heaps.
Really? Saying what? Oh, just bringing up the past and...
Oh, not so much that, like more people just trying to drag you down, like I was saying, that tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
Hey, like a lot of people here in Aotearoa just, I don't know, they don't want to see people succeed and they just want to pull you down. So some of that we block, and some people do try to bring up the past, but I guess it doesn't affect you that much. I see more the positive stuff that's coming up. Like there's thousands more positive things than negatives that are coming through on social media. And, it's more around, I guess, memories. Like we've got an older generation that are sort of coming through on social media saying thank you for sharing, because it's just brought back memories of my childhood with my dad or my koro on the farm, which is quite heartwarming, I guess.
No, it's lovely. What about the high-vis clothing? You got a clothing label as well, eh?
Yes, so we launched our clothing last year, sort of off the back of all the awards. Oh, might have been prior to the awards, actually, sorry. And, so we launched this clothing, and we started it to help people with kai. So my wife and I were sort of forking out at that time out of our own pocket to help some families that were in need in our community. So we're just going down to the shopping, buying $100 worth of grocery and sort of giving it to a whānau. And, that was just getting too hard on us financially, putting a lot of pressure on our home. So, we started this clothing, and I didn't like the clothing that's in farming at the moment too, right? So that was another reason why I wanted to start my own clothing and have my own wardrobe. So
it's really, really cool. What's the name?
The name is Kamu Tō Pamu, which means calm your farm.
And it's cool. It's like high-vis with Māori designs.
Yeah. So we've got singlets. We've got our high-vis range, which is our working range, which is highlighted pink, yellow and orange in hoodies and shirts. And then, we've got a whole other range of kākahu as well. And, it sort of started taking off after winning the awards. And then we just featured on Country Calendar just recently. And, it just went crazy. So we sold out 2 or 3 times. And it was just hard to try to keep up with the sales, the demand. And we finally just got on top of things. So it's at a manageable stage right now.
Unreal. So how can people access it? What's the easiest way to find it?
So online, kamutopamu.co.nz. Otherwise, you can find us on social media, Kamu Tō Pamu, or flick me a message on FarmUpNZ. And I'll send that to you.
Amazing. What would your advice be for anyone listening to this who is at their, say, own version of rock bottom right now? Maybe someone is listening to this that's living in a car, on meth, incarcerated, whatever it happens to be.
Don't give up, hey? Don't give up. Hey, there's another day. There'll be another sunrise tomorrow. Hey, to give life another go. Just don't give up. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's where I let myself down a lot, was not allowing myself to ask for help. And so don't be afraid to ask for help. There's always people out there that are willing to help, more than what we think.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you need a reach out to someone, I'm always happy. Hey, people always reach out on my social media for help, for whatever. Hey, and if we can point you in a direction that can get you that help, then hey, I'll be more than willing to do that.
Do you consider yourself a role model?
An example, yeah. Especially for our young ones that are coming up. I really have a heart for our youth, our young ones, because, man, like, yeah, imagine just, like you were saying earlier, 7 years old. I can't imagine that anymore.
It's so young, painfully young.
And it doesn't need to happen. Like, yeah, so...
If you could go back and talk to, like, a young Ben, 7-year-old Ben, 5-year-old Ben, whatever it happens to be, what would you tell him?
Oh, I've said it before, like, sorry for the way that things was, but I think if I could go back and tell my younger self something, be more like, bro, buck your ideas up and use your ears, eh? Go to school, learn something. Bro, like, yeah, do something with yourself. And, yeah, like, I'm not saying that life is bad now, like, it's really good now, but hey, had I not had the support around me, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you talking about this stuff, to be honest. And I know for 100% if I didn't have my wife and my family, I wouldn't be here. I would probably still be in jail. Yeah.
So Don's family have forgiven you. Do you forgive you?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it take a while?
It did. Even after that process. Even long after that process. Hey, it sort of comes and goes. So, there'd be a long period of time where I sort of just coasting through life, and then it sort of just hits, sort of comes around to that time of the year, and it's like, it hits again. It's sort of a reminder. But I think it's also a good reminder for myself. Hey, it gives me a bit of a checkup. Where I can actually think about it and say, yep, that situation happened, here we are today, let's go.
Yeah, how often do you catch yourself thinking about Don and his family now? So is it like a weekly thing, a monthly thing, a daily thing? Is it just always there, or?
It's not always there, but like at least a few times a year, I'm always thinking about their family. Yeah. Especially about, and especially because we have a relationship with the brother now. Like, he's been over home, had a coffee and stuff like that. We've had dinner with him and things like that. And he's met our daughter and whatnot. And like, yeah. So, and also on social media, like, always see him pop up and yeah. Like,
they're big people.
Yeah. Amazing. Like, to have a heart like that is nothing that you come across every day,
Because there's forgiveness, like on different levels. Like, I suppose they could forgive you for selfish reasons just because they don't want to be hanging on to that, that hurt. But then to go and visit you and engage with you on social media, that's like, well, that's sincere and genuine forgiveness.
That's right. And like, for that example of coming over home, like, he was going through our town, heading to go see his family, and he flicked me a message to say that he's passing through and that he wants to stop in. Like, just to actually have that, go through that process of, wanting to come and see me is huge. So yeah, like, there is forgiveness, and then there's this. This is on another level. And I'm grateful and honoured, like, to have that in my life, because I probably wouldn't have forgiven myself without that process taking place.
What about your co-offenders? you know what they're up to?
Nah,
No.
not at all. Yeah, last I heard they're still in jail, and yeah, sort of, you know.
Fuck, they must be so jealous of you, eh? But like, none of this has been easy, and no one else can do the work. Nikki can't do the work for you.
No
one else can do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. But
Yeah,
they
that's
must be
right.
so jealous because you've done it, and you found happiness on the other side of all that hard work.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll call it jealous. I don't know how they'll be feeling, to be honest. But hey, if the shoe was on the other foot and I seen one of my co-offenders doing really well, bro, I would be like, "Fuck, it's possible." And if he can do it, then why can't I? You know, if he's where he is, then how come I can't get there? What's stopping me from getting there? And to be honest, I would probably take it to another step. Like I was saying, once I'm tunnel vision, that's it. And ask them, how did you do it? What is the...
Yeah, show me the steps, show me the path.
What's the recipe to this? And my answer would be the support around you. You know, that is really important. And also self-belief. You know, believe it in yourself. Their self-talk. You know, just, I guess, backing yourself.
You need a why, eh? Like if the why is strong enough, you'll figure out the how.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the future? Like where do you see yourself at 40, 50?
Travelling the world.
Do you?
I hope.
What's the story with that? Like, do travel restrictions get lifted after
Nah, not with 3 charges, eh? Manslaughter, murder, and rape. I think they stay with you forever. Don't quote me on that, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's those 3. And like we've been to Thailand. We just recently went to Thailand. Been there twice, and then we went to Raro with my whole family. But you know, even going to Raro wasn't easy. Still have to apply and stuff like that. And yeah. And definitely can't get into Aussie, so
Really?
can scratch that one. Applied 4 times and been denied 4 times. So yeah, I want to know where the Anzac spirit's at.
And ironic, given that was originally a colony where convicts from the UK were sent.
That's where they were all sent. Was there. And
when did they stop letting criminals in?
Yeah, but it's hey. I got a lot of fun in Aussie, and I would love to go to Australia. And like, I got my little sister over there as well, who's just had her baby, and I would love to go visit them. But unfortunately, these are the consequences of my actions. Hey, I've got to wear that. And that's life, eh? Yeah. But I think where do I see myself in the future is, I think, like, with our clothing in there, we want to take that to another level. And also with farming, with the farming industry, we'll eventually get to ownership for sure. And like, we had this massive ass dream, Dom, of setting up a farm for guys coming out of jail, sort of like a halfway before they go on to full-time employment. You know, we had this massive dream of getting that all going, and you know, there's so many people that are keen to jump on board. It's just, you know, we're financially not able to do that yet, and you know, it's quite a big project, to be honest. But I think it'll be really rewarding to get that up and going, and help people get to where I am and beyond. You know, just imagine that, more people coming out of jail and changing their lives, and you know, becoming. It's not even just in the farming industry; it could be in any industry, to be honest. But there's just nothing at the moment for people coming out of jail. You get out of jail with a criminal record, there's no way that you're getting a job. So how can we bridge that gap? And I feel like a transition farm or something that's going to help support them with whatever issues that they have will really help that situation.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
It's a good goal. Are you proud of yourself?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely proud of myself. I'm probably more proud of my wife for staying with me, to be honest. Like, I don't know why or how, or, you know, like, but I'm
Have to get her on a podcast to unpack all that.
Oh, no, thank you. But, nah, she's got an amazing story too, you know. Yeah, I've got to give it up to her, like, not just for sticking with me, but for getting us here. As much as people say, well, you done the mahi, you showed up to the awards and all that sort of stuff, but without having her beside me, bro, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like, yeah, I needed her every step of this way, because she knows me, she knows my struggles and all that sort of stuff, and you know, she sort of knows where to fill in and show up, so, and encourage, and yeah, she's amazing.
I reckon that's a good place to end it. Yeah, nice bow on the chat. How's it been? You've been anxious about this for the last couple of days?
I know, I feel like I carry on talking to you for the rest of the day, to be honest.
Has it been all right?
It has. Yeah, and thank you for this opportunity. The nerves aren't there anymore. But, hey, I'm very grateful to have this opportunity, Dom, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here today, Ben, and thanks for sharing. I know that there'll be a lot of people that get a lot out of this conversation.
Thank you.
That's cool. Nice work, brother.
Cheers.